If you go to school somewhere in the Western world, or probably even the Eastern world, and somebody asks you, when was the First World War? Your answer would be 1914 to 1918. And usually that would be a correct answer, at least in the school. But if you came from, let's say, North America or South America or Middle America, and you were a native there, you might say that the First World War started in, when did Columbus go over there? 1492, or was it 1592? I always get that mixed up. 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue? I think it was 1492. I mean, for the Indians, that's when the First World War got to them. And if you go back even a little bit farther, you will see that war actually started back when the story of Adam and Eve started. In the story of Adam and Eve, and I'll go find it for you and quote it, the first thing, I'll get it, wait. Okay, for those who don't know history before the Bible, the serpent was a symbol of rebirth and wisdom. And he was trying to get through to Adam and Eve at the time of their awakening, at their time of noticing that they were here on the planet. I mean, it's all a bit symbolic. Don't take this book literally or it'll kill you. Or kill somebody else if you take it literally, is usually what happens. But anyway, the serpent dubbed me, and I ate. Okay, verse 14 of Genesis 3. Then the Lord God said to the serpent, because you did this, more cursed shall you be than all cattle and all the wild beasts. On your belly shall you crawl, and dirt shall you eat all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, blah 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 blah, offspring, blood, childbirth, pain, whatnot. But the whole point is, that was the beginning of the war. The war is against two things. It is against wisdom, and it is against woman. And in a way, it is against evolution and instinct. And the whole thing has made our lives backwards, and we've been beaten and beaten and beaten for 4,000 to 6,000 or 8,000 years by this system of military rule to support the elite. And that is still what we have. There's different technology, but it is still the very select, self-selected few with the power, with that time with the gold to buy and make weapons. Weapons were with alloyed steel and whatnot. But I mean, as soon as you got your army, it didn't matter if you had sticks or not. But the whole point is, the First World War was the only war we've had of any significance, and it started 6,000 or 8,000 years ago, and we need to stop it because we don't know what it's like to live without war. There has not been a time when we have stopped to think about what we could do besides slave our lives away for the elite, who like to call themselves dukes or sir or lord. And we look in the Bible and we think, oh look, the Lord's doing this and the Lord's doing this and the Lord's doing this. The Lord was a human being. He was somebody with a big hat on, riding a horse, but he was a human being. And when people refer to God in the Bible, they're also referring to the authority of a particular human being. There is no such thing as a God that chooses one race over another race. It was a thing that every bunch of mad apes like to do. They like to have a flag and say, our God is better than your God, and we're going to prove it, because when you're all dead and we rape your wives and children and kill them, except for the pretty ones which you might take home with us, then we'll have proven that our God is better than your God. And this is simply apish. And we've been acting like bloody stupid apes ever since we have slaughtered the tree with a serpent of wisdom in it. And a lot of people are going to say, you're fucking crazy. Well, fuck you. And perhaps, in all our madness, we should stop and say to the remaining 1% of the North American and Middle American, South American natives that we didn't murder, who managed to survive say, we're sorry we brought our fucking stupid one God religion over to your land, killed you all, raped your country, and it's a little bit embarrassing, isn't it, when you think about it?